Hey everybody, it's Ryan. Welcome back to How Farms Work. We are about to head over to the farm. I just fed my cows and noticed that one of my hay feeders is pretty much falling apart. The cows have an uncanny ability to remove the bolts on the top of the hay feeder. So it's needed those for a while, but when I went and fed this morning, the metal panel that keeps the hay inside the feeder is starting to get stripped away. So we're gonna take it over to the farm, patch it up, put some new bolts in it, try to fix it up to get as much life out of it as we can. I'm thinking that we might load up the bale carrier and bring some of the fodder bales over from the farm, and that way I'll have some more fodder out here, because 200 and some bales and I used all of them. So we have that row of 50 over at the farm that was beautiful stuff, and we want to get that off the field road anyway. So I figured since we're going to be moving them inside the barn there at Rockville, we might as well load up a load now and bring them out. Travis needs hay that is put out on the hay out here moved down to his place. So while we have the carrier out here, I'll probably load up a load of hay and might take it down. I guess that's a good question, because we need I guess we could just do one load, because we need a skid steer at each farm to do this right. But I need some fodder, so it's still gonna be a little bit before I see the JCB back and we have 3 skid loaders on the farm to be able to do this properly. But we can make it work for now. So let's head over to the farm with this bale carrier. Not exactly DOT approved, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. There. I just had to rip it off. Much better. I'm thinking to clean this thing up, we'll pull it down and I'll pressure wash it off quick. So then that way, any of the welding that we do gives us a nice clean surface to work with. She's barely holding on though. Where I picked up the hay feeder, there's only one bolt holding the feeder together. So she was on life support. Alright, go try it. It's the difference between night and day. I hate to say it, but Dad just undid with $500 what took me a week of splicing wires just to get lights on the planter. Well, as much as I'm really not gunning to work all night planting, the later we get into May and more of the weather front we're looking at, the more likely it looks. Travis wants to see how bad the valley, the hay farm, is flooded. So
we're gonna start raising catfish.
Yeah, we're coming down to see how far the Mississippi River is flooded.
Must be pretty terrible. This is the point, and the water
is right there. Wow.
That is the Mississippi River.
Usually you can drive underneath the...
That's kind of cool. You know, in a bleak kind of way. I mean, look to your right.
2008. Wasn't it almost up to the railroad tracks in 2008?
I don't remember. It's marked on the bridge, but I'm not about to walk over and check. So let's go down the road and see what the river looks like at the valley. Oh, man. Okay. So let's preface this, you know, before we get to the valley. I don't care that it's underwater. I mean, at this point, I'd better just accept it. But all I care about is if there's a bunch of sticks and gosh knows what that's deposited in it once it's all receded, you know. But I don't think we're going to be making first cut in May this year. And like I said, at least I didn't spread my fertilizer down here this year.
Yeah, so the valley's over there behind that tree line.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
Problem is now it's almost worth, maybe we should go down to the valley and drive down the field road, drive down
and go up to the water's edge.
Yeah. But like I said, I don't know if they can see it for how fast we're moving. We'll see it when we get out here. But I don't know, there's all the corn stalks at least, you know.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a field. Some good fertilizer right there though.
Oh, they say it deposits lots of nutrients.
Yeah, when I was last down here,
look at all the ducks.
You could still see grass along the tree line over here.
Okay, oh, you see that tree branch right there?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that is in the river. That was in the river. So all of this gunk that's right here is going to either stay on this side of the bank or it's going to stay in the river when the water recedes. Because that does look kind of cool. I'll say it. I mean, it looks kind of neat. But, I mean, I went through and I spent about a half a day here 2 weeks ago, I think it is now, cleaning it up along the banks where all of, well, we had flooding there and it was like February or March. And I pushed it all back out along the banks. Wasn't much trees, it was just like corn residue.
And I just went through and harrowed the bottom.
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, I seeded it too, as I made a couple passes. But look at the bright side. The part that isn't flooded is really green. But way back when, farmers used to flood their fields in the springs or in the falls, and they would actually get the nutrients out of the flood water deposited onto their fields, and that would actually result in a healthier, better crop. So maybe the valley will come back stronger and we'll have a pretty wicked first cutting. Actually a really strong first, second, probably just first and second.
It's amazing it doesn't kill the grass.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's reed canary, and reed canary likes wet feet. So, and as crazy as it is, I mean, the reed canary really does, it produces nice feed as long as you can get it dry. And I figured we were about due for a flood like this. Honestly, it's been a while. We avoided it the last 2 years. And I think there's more rain coming, or snow melting up north, because all this is the snow melt from up the Dakotas, I think, and Minnesota and everything. Well, that's discouraging, but it's just something else we're gonna have to monitor and keep an eye on.
And we're finishing off with checking fences in the pasture. This is an area that I cleared last year with the brush mower before I bought the mulcher. I haven't made it out into this pasture yet with the mulcher, and I know there's a lot of areas out here that I'm looking forward to clearing. drop Travis off. He's gonna walk this fence line. We're gonna go to the other end and start working this way. There's only one fence line that's left to do, so hopefully it won't take too much longer, maybe more than 2 hours. Boy, you're just exhausted, aren't you? That didn't take long. Got a single rusty piece of barbed wire hooked to a newer piece of barbed wire to that stake that comes to another rusty piece of barbed wire that goes to a new piece of barbed wire on that stake. Finally done cutting?
Not really. How much do you have?
I'm just going and patching it where it's broke. There's a lot of broken wires along this stretch.
How far did you make it?
To the corner.
For stakes.
2.
You go back, get another stake, and another roll of barbed wire.
Okay.
It's not terrible. It's that right by the floodgate. It's that section that the tree was on that I haven't done anything on for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's actually clear enough and rotted enough that I actually was able to cut the tree out.
Mm-hmm.
But now I just need to put some stakes in and probably rerun some barbed wire.
Okay, I'll go grab another.
It's needed it for a long time.
Not gonna take it.
Snippers. Nope. Bring up here. I'm gonna go back and put it.
Well, aren't these just the friendliest looking locust trees? I must touch the forbidden tree. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Now we've got all of our fences checked. This video has been a culmination of all the things exciting that I feel we've done in the past week. I know that we're all itching to get out into the field and get some planting done, but the weather hasn't been all that cooperative. It's been very rainy, wet, and cold. This last week we've had several freezing nights, and the guys that had gotten into the field early, I know that they were seeing some weird results with their beans. But we didn't go ahead and plant anything other than oats and alfalfa. We haven't seen any of that come up yet just because it's been very, very cold. So the earliest that we're probably going to get out and do any more planting is likely going to be next week at the very earliest, and that's because the planter isn't actually done. We just got parts in for the auto steering valve on the 7920 that we need to put on, but we still need more parts. So we've been doing a little bit of this and that here and there. Which is why, I kind of threw clips together on this video over the last week. But tomorrow we're planning on going out to Travis's field and ripping one of the fences out there. So whether or not we have a video this weekend depends on whether I feel like we've done enough interesting and exciting things to record. Because when we do the same thing every day, it just gets a little bit repetitive. But I'll keep you guys posted as we head into planning. And I got to send my drone in for repair because I put new props on it. And I thought I bought a good brand of prop because I've heard good things about them. But the drone just completely dropped out of the air from 100 feet. The props had failed on it. So I got to send this in for repair. Hopefully it comes back in roughly a week. But we'll just have to wait and see. So our first couple planting videos might be strictly ground. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out all of our other videos. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat, all how farms work as we head into planting. With that, I'll see you next time.